Hello and welcome to Out Nerdy. I'm Paul and I just watched Hawkeye episode 3. I don't know what's going on with this show. It has the potential to be good, like I said in the first episode. Let's just go through a quick brief of what happened. Alright, so Hawkeye and fucking Kate, they're tied up properly. No, that happens. But the main bit, the very beginning, is we get to see the origin story of Echo, who happens to be deaf and only has one leg. We then get to see her growing up to the point into adulthood when Ronin, Hawkeye, kills everyone, including her dad. Now we're not sure why they're bad yet, but they're obviously bad. Then we get to, where we left off last week. Clint and Katie are having a bit of a spat because he was about to clear her name and she ruined it. There is a fucking stupid scene, as always with Marvel at the moment, where Kate Bishop is giving fucking relationship advice or some shit to one of her would-be kidnappers. And it's just fucking bizarre. Don't make sense to me. And it was no good. It was a waste of 5 minutes. We then get Echo comes out and she identifies a bit with Hawkeye because he's got an hearing aid. So they have a bit of a, no, I'm hard of hearing rather than deaf. At some point in the scene she mentions he relies on technology and he goes, well my weapon is, bow and arrow essentially. But she means the hearing aid. But it was a nice little comeback from Clint. He manages to break free. He leads them all on a merry-go-round, a bit of a dance. And then he comes up against Echo and she kicks the shit out of him. Easily overpowers him. Deaf bird with one leg. Don't get me wrong, the metal leg comes in handy because he hits her and obviously she don't feel it. But, deaf bird with one leg kicks the shit out of Hawkeye. A couple of minutes later, he fucking just goes through her men like a fucking hot knife through butter. It's like they're not even there. He's fucking pinging arrows this way and arrows that way and fucking not even looking and shooting behind him. And it's like, what? He's just had his arse handed to him and now you want me to expect he's fucking super duper awesome again? So there's no consistency. 1 minute is again like in Shang-Chi, like in that film. 1 minute you're a kung fu master and the next you're a damsel in distress. And this is what we've got here with Hawkeye. Well, 1 minute he's fucking awesome and then the next he's losing to, fucking one-legged deaf chick. So they escape eventually. And then a big portion of this episode is a chase scene in a car. And it could have been a really good scene, but for some reason, they thought, I know it's set at Christmas time, but for some reason, some fucking idiot at Marvel, Disney or fucking whatever, thought, what song would go really well with this chase scene? What would go really well? And they thought it would be a fucking Christmas tune. And it's just, what a fucking moronic decision. What an utterly moronic decision that was, because it took you completely out of it. We get some nice little scenes of what Hawkeye's arrows can actually do. Before, obviously, eventually they have to escape through other means by using his suction arrow, and he sticks it onto the end of a train. And then they both sat in this train, subway, fucking car, whatever. And instead of letting it breathe just a second, just a moment where they can just, oh yeah, we've escaped. They crack a silly fucking joke. And obviously the joke is because, you know, she's saying one thing, and because he hasn't got his hearing aid in, it's broke, he ends up saying it just after her. So it's like when you talk to your nan or your granddad, where they just, you know, or you know, when my wife speaks to me, and you know, I don't get it right away. And that's what it was like. It was like playing it off as this grandfather thing, but that's what I thought. And it was just a bit weird. He goes to get you know, they end up going back to the safe house where dog is, and there's some really nice scenes where Clint's talking to his son on the phone, but obviously he's not got his hearing aid in, and you know, you can see him struggling. And there's a nice little scene where she you know, Kate just comes in and starts writing down on a notepad, you know, just to give him a bit of a heads up or fill him in a little bit. And it is a really nice, heart-rending scene. Sadly, all the best scenes are stole by Jeremy Renner, but what can you do? He goes to get his hearing aid fixed, and then Kate decides to give him another lesson on Hawkeye's branding and how he's not upfront enough, he's not more recognised. And obviously he rightly points out, you know, you do know in the last 20 years my job has to not be recognised, to be in the shadows and not be seen. So she kept, you know, they brought up the original costume from the comics, and he's like, no, I look an idiot and my wife had divorced me. So that was a nice little line. We end the episode on where they go break into Kate Bishop's mother's fucking built-in workplace, and they start, you know, snooping on computers to try and find people from the tracksuit mafia. Fucking what a stupid gang, tracksuit gang, whatever. And it ends with future baby daddy, future father-in-law, and he holds the Ronin sword to Hawkeye's throat. This is just, I don't know what else to say. It was snippets of really good stuff again, wasted by stupid humour. Maybe, I don't know whether it's because I'm 42 and I just think it's just stupid shit humour now, and I don't think I've lost my sense of humour. I still like watching fucking, you know, shit that stuff I grew up on when I was a kid. So it just don't make sense to me. We're 3 episodes in, and apparently these are $25 million an episode. So far we've had $75 million worth of TV, and it's like, where? You know, so far it was either all spent on the Battle of New York, which lasted about 2 minutes, if that, and these trick arrow scenes in today's episode. It's, you know, it's just stupid. And like I said, this was much more focused on Hawkeye towards the end anyway. You know, we got to see Clint being the badass fucking fighter that he is in the comics and stuff, and it was just ruined by the lack of consistency, where he gets, like I said, he got his ass handed to him off Death Chick, and then sails through 20 guys like they're not even there. You know, I think this, well, it's not doing well in the ratings according to different fucking entertainment sources, which is a shame, because I think a lot of us are coming here to watch Jeremy Renner, and we're not getting that. So this week's episode, it was a bit shorter. It rolled in at about 35 minutes, and some of it could have been cut because it weren't needed. You know, the like I said, the bit at the beginning where Kate's offering relationship advice or whatever to this mobster who's kidnapped her, it was stupid. You know, he wasn't building a rapport or anything as they try and build it, try and portray it. It was just stupid and nonsense. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share and subscribe. You can find me on social media, and I'll see you all again. Ta-da!